So hi guys. I'm Diksha and this is Manasvi. We're a team for our entrepreneurship subject, and we're interviewing elements, right? So can you please introduce yourselves?
So hi, I'm Uma, and I'm one of the three co-founders of Elements.
I'm Pavitra.
Go ahead.
Yeah, introduce yourself first.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm Swasti, and I'm also one of the co-founders.
Okay, welcome guys. Okay, so Manasvi now.
So yeah, as a part of our CA as well as our curiosity, we just had a couple of questions for you guys, and we'd be thankful if you could answer them.
So
Sure.
our first question is the most basic one. What inspired you to develop your idea, and where did the inspiration come from?
So it's actually a really fun story, and it was Swasti's original idea. So I guess she can start with how it started.
It so happened that we were on a call. It was normal call, and I wanted to do something.
This was during 2020, like the peak of COVID.
Yeah, it was
time.
the very beginning. Actually, it was the
Yeah.
day that Pavitra and I finished our first semester exams, and we were on a call just hanging out because we're friends. We're friends from before. We've known each other for like 3-4 years, and so we were hanging out on video call because like the city had just started shutting down and whatever, and then that's when Swasti started.
Yeah, so we were on a call, and like randomly I just said that I want to start a small business. I want to do something, and I didn't know that these two would say yes. So it's actually very funny. I remember, so these two said yes, and then we actually started searching up what we could do for a small business. So that's how it started. Like if these
It
two
was
didn't
very
say yes, I'm
spontaneous,
pretty sure.
really.
Yeah,
It wasn't
very
like we were
spontaneous.
passionate about what we were doing before and all. We wanted to do something, and then we found out from all the things that we can do, we discovered what we were most passionate about, and that's where we started and carried on from.
Okay.
It was like it came from our need to do something, not from a need to like show our creativity to the world or something. That all came later on.
Okay, so since you started, have your priorities changed in any way? And if they are, in what ways?
Basically, I would
think
say
the
that
number one priority still remains the same, but this has definitely, taken up a lot of time on our schedule, and it's not something we regret. We really enjoy doing it. Money is just like, a side benefit of it, but it's something that we three really like doing, and it's made us kind of independent also, like, budgeting and where to spend what and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's also made us, I think, really interested in just business in general, like whether or not this eventually takes off and whether we can earn our livelihood off this. Like we cannot say that obviously, but like I think the three of us have developed quite an interest in business and all those like entrepreneurship in general, just based off of this, which we probably didn't really have before we started this. So yeah, so our priorities, I would say, are to make this a business.
Yeah. No, to be honest, we didn't know but I would say that we didn't know anything much, be it in terms of money or like even how to go about this. We had no idea. It was very spontaneous, and eventually we learned a lot of stuff, like making a website or even handling orders and everything, shipping. And yeah,
and even from just making jewelry, like that also we had to learn to start this. Like it's not like we knew and all, we had to learn that also. So like everything we learned to start this out.
Not like any of us actually wear a lot of jewelry. So it was after a lot of we didn't know what to do, like be it candles or it's like, okay, we'll do jewelry, but like it's a unique type.
Kind of looking for something feasible, but kind of creative on the creative side also.
Okay,
and we actually started out with resin. I'm not sure if you know that, but we started with resin because at that point it was trending, right? So we were like, okay, that doesn't sound too hard. So we were like, we'll do that only. And some of us liked it more than others because obviously it's a complicated thing. And we branched out from there and found things that we truly like much better. But obviously we changed our route quite fast because we're not even 1 year old yet. So yeah.
So I mean, after obviously all this experience, you would have like learned something very vital. But what is that one vital thing that you've learned now that you wish you knew when you first started out?
Probably how to just more like finances. I
Yeah.
think all three of us have learned a lot
that
about
one.
finances that we didn't know at all. And we've learned, how
I would say
to
like
Social
working
media
with the
marketing
group,
also.
like it's not just one person who's handling, and we're three of us, right? So coordinating and everything is not very easy because we all are in different schools and we live in different places also. So yeah, if we knew how
Team
to do all this
management.
beforehand, it's like gradually we learned how to like cooperate with each other and like come up with decisions where everyone agrees on it. So
yeah, I guess teamwork and finances were our two main learning points so far.
Yeah, so like when it comes to businesses, now we see there's like a sudden shift to like a lot of sustainability and there's a lot of consumer awareness about it as well. Does this affect small scale businesses like yours? And to what extent?
So we've always kept that in mind. Small scale businesses, the way that affects you most is like how you package your products and all, right? Like that's where the sustainability and all, like for a jewelry small business, for example, if it's clothes and all, that's a completely different thing. But for a small scale jewelry business and many others, it's mainly packaging. So before, like the moment we started, we knew that we wanted to be as plastic free and as eco-friendly, use only paper and all, and like not do too much wastage. So yeah, in the beginning itself, we designed ourselves to ensure that we were as eco-friendly as possible. And we also like the packaging we use, you can reuse it. And basically we created it such that you can use it to store the things that we sent, like which you bought. So yeah, that was one of our main focuses when we were creating our packaging.
it's like maybe like we don't use plastic and
We can't hear you.
You're not audible.
Yeah. No.
And also a bit to detail into our packaging, we only use, paper-based products. And
jute or
obviously the
fiber.
shipping bag is in plastic. We can't really do anything about that because that we've tied up with a shipping partner. But we ensure that most of it is eco-friendly.
Oh,
Everything that we control is eco-friendly.
okay. So, I mean, you told me about how your finances was a big challenge, right? So, what is the first thing which you came across like as a big challenge that you guys had to like do a lot of research for when you started off your business, like during 2020?
You're still not audible. Leave and come back.
okay.
Or the finances, or about anything.
No, any really huge challenge that you started.
I think the primary thing was, sourcing out the materials that we would want to use. A lot of research. I mean, a lot. We spent hours into, looking up people or companies that, sell these raw materials and stuff that we would need to use. So that was a
And at the
major
cheapest
hurdle.
price.
And when it comes to raw material, we tend to look into stuff that are, non-tarnish and all that, because that's a major problem nowadays. Like you give it for a very high price and it just the quality spoils after a few days. We don't want to provide such products. So we do a lot of research. I mean, say we still do, to be honest, because
Yeah, because we keep bringing in new different types of things. So I'd say every 2-3 months, we keep having to do this kind of research where we have to find people who are selling the things that we need to make our jewelry at the least price and with the highest quality.
Okay. So how much credit would you give social media for your promotion and marketing?
Everything right now. Like
Almost
we are
everything,
based off
yeah.
of social media. It's literally how we started. It's
Being
how
an
we're going to
online
continue.
business, social media is the only thing you can depend on.
Yeah. We are an
And that's what
Instagram
we use
business.
for promoting our brand. We just recently came up with our website, right? So Instagram was the main thing that we used to sell our products, market it and stuff. So
And
obviously
even now, everybody finds us through Instagram and then goes to the website. Like it's not like they're finding the website from wherever and then it's through Instagram only. We recently tried to start like Twitter and all, but that's like really new.
At that point also we were not going to college, but like right now, like people have got to know by the word of mouth.
Yeah.
But that time it was like wholly
Yeah.
Instagram
That
itself.
time it was just us spamming people on WhatsApp, us, the putting it on our stories like every day, like look at our business, that's how we were doing it. So yeah.
So, what's your key unique thing about your business, about your jewelry which you sell?
I
Okay,
would say
so
the ideas, the designs. I don't think I've seen the designs that we put up anywhere before. I mean, it's mostly that because we come up with the ideas on a monthly basis, saying we want, let's do this, let's do that. So it's obviously the designs that's unique
and
about us.
also like it's the fact that we can also customize things for you. Like if people want things customized and all, we can do that. Like that is also a part of our brand, customizable jewelry, like based off of things that we made, and you change it and make it special for your special one. Which is why like one of our best selling products today is the birth moon, where it's a standard design, but you customize it for each person. And and that's like one of our main that's why it's one of our main best-selling products, because everything is customized, even though it's like standardized. That's like our most unique point.
Try to sell products that I feel that we try to sell products that people can relate to, like, be it
Oh,
birth moons or birthstones, something like that, which is very memorable. And yeah, so that is why I feel like, people like those stuff more than your normal jewelry. And yeah,
Yeah, like when it's
simple
personal,
one.
it's more special.
okay. So there are a lot of people like this. Everybody today, like if you ask youngsters, everyone aspires to be an entrepreneur. So what advice do you have for them?
Honestly, you have to be in it for a long time. We've been doing it for like 9 months, maybe, I think now, and still it's not like we haven't reached anywhere near what we want to be yet. Like we have a long, long, long way to go to get to where we want to be. And we've already put in so much work. Like we've already done so much, and yet we're nowhere close to where we want to be. And it's going to take us years to get to where we want to
So
be.
what advice would you give them? Like when do you think they should start? And how
Start
can they
whenever you
know
want.
when to be
Starting is
serious?
like immaterial, but
You
having
start
the
when you
ability
get
to
like a proper
continue is
idea
what
of
is
what you
the
want to do. Like when you have
I
an
would
idea,
say
yeah, I
something
want
like,
to.
oh, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Is it audible? Okay, no. So I would say that, like, see, I didn't have the idea of becoming an entrepreneur or anything like that, because I'm totally into like psychology. So I would say that, you should start when you feel like you can do it, and you can be it even for like 3 4 months. Like even if you start, then you'll get to know how it's going to go. You can't expect something beforehand. So I feel that you just start when you feel that you can do it and continue with it for like how much ever time you can. But like, yeah, because I didn't have any idea to be an entrepreneur, nothing like that, but still I'm here. So yeah.
If you have like a solid idea and the finances to back you, and you think your idea can, do something and you can sell anything, then I think you can go forward with your
And also,
entrepreneurship.
honestly, it doesn't take that much finances to start. We must have started with like 3K from each of us. Like that's all. It's not like we invested so much or something into the business, and whatever we got from the business, we reinvested. So, it's not like you have to think about money and all so much. If you have an idea and you're ready to do it, just do it. Like don't wait. Don't wait for
Yeah.
someone else to
One
steal
of
your
our
idea.
questions, one of the questions was how did you raise finances? And I think you just
Oh,
answered it.
okay.
And one
See,
more thing is, I would say, don't expect anything. You just go
Yeah.
ahead with what you're doing. Do not expect, even like, be it in
Yes.
terms of finances or be it in terms of your reels blowing up, anything it is. I feel you should never expect anything, because in the course of time, it will happen eventually. And because when you look into finances, because we are three of us, of course, the finances was pretty less. But when you're an individual person working, it will be more. But whatever we got, we kind of invested it back into the business. It's not like we got a lot of profit, because we had to come up with new things. So yeah, it's like you don't expect anything when you're starting up a business or whatever it is. In the
But
course of
have
time,
faith.
it will,
Don't
yeah.
expect anything, but have faith. Like
Yeah, and
don't
whenever
just
you
keep doing
start,
without any end
you
point.
start small, you're not a known company or brand, right? So obviously there won't be much of profits as such. So whatever you get, you invest, you try to improve and come up with better products. Then only the profits come into your pocket.
Okay. So, I mean, after you started, I mean, when you had the idea, okay, after you did all the research that we're going to get into jewelry and everything, how long did it take from getting it to an idea to actually start the business of,
One
making
month.
it?
That's all.
1 month, yeah. It was
What
1
was
month.
the process like? Like, what did you guys cover in that 1 month?
See, I would say, as we didn't know what we wanted to do, we knew we wanted to start a small business, but we didn't know whether to be jewelry or be candles or tie-dye clothes, whatever it is. So we didn't know. And I feel like we did a lot of research, and then we got to know there's something called resin, because I'm pretty sure like we had not heard of it also. And resin is kind of dangerous. I mean, say it's not that eco-friendly as such. So again, in resin, we had to find an eco-friendly resin and all that. So we had a lot of like, we first started off with what we wanted to do, like in jewelry, and then
And
what
we
type
started
of
doing
jewelry.
trials, like how will
Yeah,
we make
exactly.
it and all those kind of
So
things.
even while finding for the products like resin, we had to find an eco-friendly thing, and whatever it is, the small things that was for then packaging, and then how to ship, and how to market it. So there was a lot of things in the 1 month, and though we were not fully ready, I would say in the month, but by the time we started, I think in the next after we started for about 2 weeks, we were like set. So we knew what to do and how things work.
So could you give me like 2 to 3 marketing strategies you used?
Instagram Reels. It's almost the biggest way on Instagram, at least, where you can gain a large audience. Like people who don't know about you, who are completely unrelated to your brand, who don't know you, like who don't know us three. Like even they will see it and they'll, if they like it, they'll follow it. So that is literally the most important way to broaden your audience and and get customers, new customers. People are interested in only this, not like, oh, my friend is following because it's for me, like that's how it started initially, right? But then after that, to get new people, Instagram Reels is probably the best way.
Like, also, what is the most enjoyable, or what's the most fun thing that you've come across after you started your business? What have you enjoyed the most about starting?
Obviously, designing the products. I mean, coming up with the idea and then seeing it transform into, I think she left the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, so other than the designs, recently we put up our first stall, and honestly, that was probably one of my most memorable experiences from owning this business, because just seeing actual people come and buy your products as opposed to like DMs and you just sending the products, like seeing physical people pick it up and be like, oh my god, that's so nice, like that was really, really memorable experience for
Appreciation
me.
was more than enough. If they didn't buy it or not, that's a different thing. But like,
Yeah.
they come and they appreciate it, and yeah, that was the best
Yeah,
part.
just that. Yeah, that was like one of the top highlights of our year, I feel like.
I mean, I have to tell you, I love your necklace. I bought a necklace and it's the most prettiest thing I have. So honestly, yes, it's really, really nice. So it's
Thank you.
really nice. Yeah.
Thank you.
So in contrast to our previous question, I would like to ask, what don't you like about your business? One thing which you do not like doing or you don't like about the business.
So we were friends right before that, but nowadays, like, it's become all about the business, like it's not like every time we meet or every time we have a conversation, we'll be talking about everything, but then it always ends up on this only, it's not like, we no longer hang out
We no
only as
longer
friends, we hang out
meet
as
just to meet.
Yeah.
We
No, there's
meet
Yeah.
not
only
a
for the
day
business.
gone. There's not a day gone without me talking to them about business. Like, I've never
Yeah.
asked them what's up or anything. It's just
That's
like,
all.
okay,
Like
so
the
where do
friends
we
part is
find these
decreased and the
chains?
business part is increased.
Yeah.
That's
Um,
a
We
sad part,
try
but
to go out and not talk about it, but
yeah,
eventually
but
it
it
does
ends up
go
on
down
that
there.
only.
Because right now when we three meet, that's the like when we meet, that's the biggest thing, because we live in three different places. Though we might be close, but it's really hard, trying
To
to
match
get
our
things together
schedules.
when we are, far away. So it eventually when we meet, that's like the best time we get
Or
to
even
talk
any
about business.
conversation ends up we talk about this only. So yeah, like our friendship is we're still really, really good friends, but we
yeah,
don't
as long
talk
as
only
you
friend things
enjoy,
anymore.
as
And
long
it
as you
has
enjoy
also
the
ended up
process.
sometimes in more conflicts than we've had before. I mean, clashing ideas and all that. So that really puts a test on friendship. But if you don't take it to heart and you say it's for the business, then it
We
doesn't
have
matter.
had numerous fights. I mean, so I won't disagree to that. Like a lot of stuff we have disagreed to, and yeah, it so happens that we stop talking to each other for some time. But then, I mean, say we can't
But the
be like
business
that
still
for long.
continued. The business
Yeah,
still continued. We
that's
didn't
it.
stop being friends for some time. So yeah, but we still had fun.
So how was your first order? What was the feeling when you got your first order?
I think we were like so happy. It was on the first day, like the day we launched our business. I think one of my friends bought, but like she bought it through the official process and all. And I remember, we were so happy. Like, I don't know what we like at that point. It was
Yeah,
like,
we were
The
like,
first
completely.
he's
few, the first
actually
few
happy
orders
with
were our friends because I mean,
Yeah.
say it's pretty obvious that they'll support you and they'll buy from you,
Yeah.
and then by word of mouth it spread, and then after like I probably in the first 2 months it did pick up a lot, and then when we introduced birth moons, it picked up a lot, like a lot, and that's when like we felt like really happy, and one of our reels blew up, and we got a lot of um I would say like engagement. There was a lot of engagement and everything. And be it like even them just asking or even appreciating, some random people come and appreciate it. And I feel like, so yeah, it's very
But yeah, our
exciting.
first order was like really memorable, and we like that feeling that people are actually going to buy what you're selling is what has been an idea is actually happening now. Like that feeling is like incomparable.
And also, one more thing I'd like to add, coming back to the question when you said, asked what you don't like or something you don't like about it. One thing I notice is, irrespective of what you're running, you need to be really consistent with like the products you release or whatever you launch, right? Like the three of us have, we all have really busy college schedules and all that. So it's kind of hard to be consistent at this. Like we're not full-time entrepreneurs, right? So that was really pissing off because
We're not
sometimes
even
it goes up,
part-time at
then
this
it
point.
dips. And yeah, I mean, it seems like nobody's interested in buying what you have, and you have made new design stuff, and that kind of puts you down. But that's what I'd like to tell others who want to become entrepreneurs, that you would need to remain consistent. And even if you have losses or something, you should not stop what you're doing. If you keep continuing and you have a goal in mind, then you can achieve it basically.
Thank you so much. That was all we had. Thank you for your time, and
Thank
also
you.
thank you for contributing to our CIA marks. We really wish your business good luck, and I hope you reach great heights. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for asking us.
Yeah,
Thank
it
you
was
so
it was
Like
a nice
honestly, we were so honored.
Yes, thank you.